I'm quite a fan of Jim Jarmusch. I really loved his take on vampires with The Only Lovers Left Alive. I think his last movie, where he had Adam Driver as well and Patterson, it was one of the best movies I've seen this decade and strongly recommended if you haven't seen it. The Dead Don't Die was something I was looking forward to because he's tackling zombies. Now this is an indie filmmaker who has different sensibilities. He doesn't go after the typical genre moments, he does something different, which is why I was really curious to see how he was going to tackle a zombie movie. Main two characters in this are Cliff and Ronnie, played by Bill Murray and Adam Driver. They're two police officers in this small town of Centerville, I think it's called, and basically you get all these news reports that the earth has been knocked off its axis and strange things are starting to transpire around the world. And we get little glimpses into this town of small folk that all seem to know each other, all have their little friendships, or their nemesis that lives in there as well. And there is just colourful and strange characters throughout. One of the weirdest being the mortician, played by Tilda Swinton, who is a Scottish samurai sword wielding oddball of a person. And of course, as you would expect, zombies start to break out of their graves and go hunting for brains and blood. And these zombies are very much in the essence of Romero's zombies. They are slow, they are deliberate, and they are looking for the things that made them happy during their life, whether it be coffee, shopping, modelling, Chardonnay. These people all want things that they treasured in life, becoming the true consumers that they pretty much has been made out of most humans these days. Consumers that just want things for the sake of wanting the things. But there is a dry wit to this movie that I found incredibly odd and funny at the same time. It's one that is definitely going to put a lot of people on the back foot. A lot of people won't appreciate the movie for the level of silliness that it is. It is commenting a lot on zombie movies as well as their effect on the watchers of these things and people in general. But it's not taken seriously. Later on in the movie, in the final third, there is a conversation between Ronnie and Cliff where it becomes extremely meta as they start talking about the script, as they take things exponentially into an incredibly silly moment that just seems out of place. But it's just showing the sheer fantastical nature of this kind of tale and how nothing is really safe, nothing is really taking it serious within this movie. I loved the characters, particularly Adam Driver's Ronnie, who I thought was really interesting. A lot of the scenes are played straight with very little emotion, just a frankness to what they believe. When they discover the first deaths, for instance, at the diner, they come in and there's a reoccurring joke about an animal attack on these people. But Ronnie is there and Cliff asks him what he thinks it is. And without missing a beat, he just turns around and says, well, I think it's zombies. And that's it. There's no argument or incredulous nature responded to that. It's just a case of, seems plausible enough. How do we deal with this situation? And it's that kind of humour throughout the movie that I just found incredibly fun. Tilda Swinton's turn as the samurai wielding mortician is completely off kilter. It just doesn't fit in with any other character in the movie at all. Yet I loved it. It was a strange addition that just worked incredibly well. I loved the conversations between the characters, the nature of them, the fact that they are repetitive of each other. They all kind of think along the same way. The effect the zombie attack has on these people isn't outward craziness, although it does happen to one member of the police department, but Cliff and Ronnie just deal with it in a kind of practical manner that they are used to. They don't find this overly strange or weird. It's just the next evolution of something that they have to deal with. The Dead Don't Die is not a movie for everybody, which is a real shame because I think it's incredibly fun and just one that I will probably go back to again. Possibly because of the performances, possibly because of the just strange nature of the story. I want to visit that ending again just to see the meta aspect and how it's really tied into the story, just to create a level of, isn't this silly? I think you'd like it. I'd love to know your opinion of the movie. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on The Dead Don't Die, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.